Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new video on Alex Elite Golf. If you're new to the channel, this channel helps you raise your game to the next level, so make sure you subscribe. Now, today's video is all about that shot we all want to hit. Every time someone comes to a golf lesson with me, or they speak to them on the range, or you speak to them about their golf, they want to hit that draw shot. Now, first point of call is we need to understand the impact factors about how we're going to do that draw shot and how we can create that shot. But then also, have we got a method that we can actually practice it on the range, so then if we take it to the course, we've proven to ourselves we can actually play it and we've got a good visual to work to. So, this video is going to explain absolutely everything. Let's get straight to it. This is what this setup is here. We're going to establish our target line, and this is our ball to target line where we want the ball to finish, this middle line. We're going to say this right alignment stick is up the right wing, so we need to feel as though our path is travelling up the right wing and we've got a club face that is pointing left of our path but right of our middle line, and that's really going to allow us to create the curvature on the golf ball where the ball starts to right and comes back to target. So if I show you a little bit closer here, we're looking for a path that's travelling from in to out with a face that's close to our path but pointing right of our ball to target line, and that's really going to allow us to hit that draw curvature. So we know what impact factors we're looking for now. Let's explain the feelings we can search for, the ways in which we can hit this draw shot, and how this actually applies to us in learning how to create this draw shot. So let's remind you about what we've actually got here. We've got our ball to target line and we've got our right wing is what we're going to call it. So we know that we need a club path that's travelling up towards our right wing but a face that's close to our path but pointing right of our middle line. So every time we're learning a new shot, whether that be a fade or a draw, I want you to set this setup up. Firstly, establish a ball to target line. This will be your fade line. This is going to be your draw line for a right-handed player. So there are a few ways in which we can hit this draw shot. I'm going to talk to you about a way in which we can set things up at address and then make our swing to make the ball curve, and then actually how for maybe a bit more of an advanced player we could just feel that we've got a little bit more of a release to help us hit that draw shot. So let's firstly establish our ball to target line, which we've done with our middle alignment stick. We're then going to start to aim our body somewhat towards the right wing. So we're going to aim up towards the right wing. This is going to help us create a club path which is up towards this right wing. We're then going to place this golf club up into the air and we're going to close it by a small amount. We're then going to take our normal grip. So our grip relative to us is actually nice, normal and neutral, but relative to the club face we've actually got a little bit of a stronger grip, and our club face at address will look a little bit closed. Now this will feel a little bit strange for some people and the club may feel a slightly different weight, but as a stage to actually learning to draw the golf ball, this is what I kind of call a stage one, almost presetting everything at address and then swinging down our feet line, and because we set the face up close relative to our feet line at address, we know we're going to have hopefully somewhat curvature from right to left. So first point of call, aim up the right, set the club face slightly, place it down behind the golf ball, realise it's going to be aiming somewhere between the right wing and our ball to target line, and now your objective is to make a move where we start the golf ball up the right wing and draw it back onto target from your perspective, and really work in these channels. We're going to work up the right channel for the draw, and that's what we're working on today. Aim up the right wing, face slightly closed, take your grip down towards the golf ball, start it up that right wing. So all I'm trying to do now is swing down my feet line and account for the fact that I've already set that closed club face up at address. Let's hit this draw shot away. Really nice shot, really nice contact, exactly what we're trying to achieve. So let's remind you of what we did on the first part of this video. So first point to call is that we aimed up the right wing and then we set our club face up to be stronger. So what I'd do is here, I'd hold it up into the air, slightly close it off, take our grip. So relative to you, your grip is neutral, but we've got a stronger club face down at address. Then all we have to do there is swing down our feet line, which is going to be up the right wing, and use that expression and think of these channels, because if we think of using a right channel for a draw for a right-handed player, left channel for a fade, it really helps us then visualize it out on the golf course, and it doesn't then get too much out of control. Learning to hit that draw, let's learn to be good at it and use an actual formula in terms of this drill setup, which is actually going to help help you apply it straight out onto the golf course. So how can we actually draw it another way, which we kind of class as a bit more of a natural draw and feeling it during our release instead of setting it up at address? So the second stage of this video, we know we still need those impact factors of a path that's travelling up towards the right wing and a face that's close to our path but pointing right of our ball to target line to really allow us to get that right to left curvature back onto target. So what we're going to do here is we're going to make sure we leave our face pointing at target, take our normal grip, aim up the right wing, and we're going to try and feel that we've got somewhat more of a release through the shot than we did previously. We're going to feel as though we've got a release over the golf ball somewhat more than we would normally. And we apply that path up the right, we can really get a situation where, as long as we know what impact factors we have to create, so club face awareness and path awareness, we know how to create that draw shot. So for you better players out there, we know to create a draw shot we need a path up the right and a face close to our path and pointing right of our ball to target line. So for better players, and anybody for a matter of fact, let's just work on painting pictures, starting one up the right wing and let it draw back, and really allow your instinct to take over. And just know that if we've got a path travelling up the right, we need a face that's close to that to allow that right to left curvature to take place. And this setup really allows you just to experiment and know you're not going to get too out of control because you've got your gates and your channels to work down. Really nice shot, really nice draw shot. And for me, that second way is the way I really like to work. Just know the impact factors that you want to create and be aware of what you're trying to create down at impact. So finally, let's have a bit of fun and hit this one away again. Let's summarise today's video. Today's video was all about understanding the impact factors you need to create a draw, and then one, using a formula of the 3 channels, setting your ball to target line and realising you need to swing up the right wing. We then firstly talked about a way in which we can draw the golf ball, setting it up during our address position, setting up a closed club face, taking a slightly stronger grip relative to the club face but neutral relative to you, and then swinging down our feet line up to the right. The second stage, which I said was for a more advanced player, or for everybody for a matter of fact, that was all about being aware of the impact factors you need to create. So if we're going to draw it, we know our path has to be to the right, we know we need our club face slightly closed, and it's just being aware of those impact factors. And that's why those gates, if you're trying to work to where you can move that ball and curve that ball, just being aware of the impact factors and playing around with that ball flight, then the gates really allow you to keep it reined in, doesn't allow it to become too much out of control, and it's then really applicable out on the golf course. You can visualize the right gate, visualize the left gate if you're trying to fade it, but ultimately today we gave you a really good formula about how you can draw the golf ball. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you next time on Alex Elliott Golf.